thank you for coming. I'm Kim Spencer. I'm the principal at Minot Consolidated School. And I'll just start by letting you know again that this is a pretty bare bones budget. And the overview is the same, who we serve, our overall budget areas, and the increase and decrease of 1.5 or thereabouts in total figures. So Minot Consolidated School by the numbers. We have 14 regular ed classroom teachers. We have 2 classrooms for each grade, with the exception of our 5th grade. Currently this year has 23 students in it, so not quite big enough to split in half. We have 1.6 specialists. That's our music and PE that we share with Mechanic Falls, and we share PE a little bit with you.
Yep.
3 special education teachers, 1 speech therapist, a half-time school counselor that we share with Elm Street School, a half-time social worker, and a .4 gifted and talented education teacher. Total number of ed techs, we have 2 ed techs in our resource room, 9 in our functional life skills program. There are 10 students currently in that program, and 2 ed techs in our applied academics program, so bringing the total of special ed techs to 13. And then we have our librarian as an ed tech, and we have 2 Title I ed techs, 1 for math and 1 for reading.
And when they say Title I, that means it's not locally funded, but it is a staff member in their school. It's paid for with federal funds.
And then 1 principal. So our enrollment currently is 256, and that is with our pre-K students. We are up about 9, 10 from last year. And our average class size is 18, that again is with pre-K. And our number of students with IEPs, 37 students, that's about 14% of our population. And our free and reduced is 36%. So here's where we start seeing a little bit of the change. Actually not without the administrative costs, but when we get down to the 3 to 6 and K to 2 and pre-K, see a bit of a change in percentage increase and decrease. So administration is up 10%. That's not me. It's really the support benefits. My administrative assistant benefits. She has gone from a single to a double. So that's up $15,000. That really contributes to that increase. And then we have a decrease in my professional credits. We usually get $1,300 a year, and I have just decreased. I have taken that out of the budget.
And for that, we actually pay up to 3 courses for administrators, and if they plan on taking it, they need to budget for it. So if they're not planning on taking courses, they can actually have that line be 0. And it's just like we always say, if you think you're going to take a class, it needs to be in there, because if there's no money there, you're going to have to find it from somewhere else. So if again, if the principal plans on taking courses, they have to decide, whether it's 1, 2, or 3, or if they're not going to take it.
The free and reduced lunch is significantly lower than it is in Poland and Mechanic Falls.
It is, you're correct.
They're more affluent.
Yeah. Our income level is a little bit higher,
Is it 36%, 39%?
36 current.
36 currently.
Yep.
I thought I'd get thrown out.
Okay, so next, 3 to 6 regular education. So this is where it's changing a little bit. So now we're up about 4%. And the difference there is on that very first, the teacher salary line, it's now up $25,000.
So she's got a 2% at the top here. You can see if you want to keep your records for a regular instruction line is up 4%, she said.
So that top should be 4%, and that 14,000 changes to 25,000. You can see there's been pluses and minuses for the ed tech salary, benefits for teachers, and benefits for ed techs, and again that's shifted from the local to the state. And then our decrease in textbooks, again shifted from the school budget to the district level science and social studies. And then our dues and fees for conferences is $1,000 we decreased. So that's a 0 balance.
And dues and fees, for those of you who don't make the connection, that's the cost for conferences. So it's the fee so that's the professional development. So a few of us have put professional development, some have put dues and fees, just to make sure you understand that. Yes.
Same thing. So yeah. So again, we will look at any priorities that come across our desks, and we'll look at those priorities and look at our priorities and see if the request for professional development matches those priorities, and then we'll consult with the central office and make decisions around that. We We still do have our Wednesday PDs, and we have that additional day, professional development day, that has been put in the calendar for next year. Okay, next slide. Our K-2 instruction is now down 3%. The teacher's salary is, instead of 21 decrease, it's a decrease of 13. Benefits are the same. We have an increase of $1,200 there. Retirement is the same. Textbooks, again, have shifted from building to district level, concentrating on science and social studies content books for the classrooms. And our dues and fees, the professional development is a zero balance. Okay, any questions so far? All right, our pre-K is now up 11%. I don't actually know where that difference is.
And if you'll remember, the ed tech salaries they're not in the budget yet. So there's a contingency line for those, so that salary, these numbers will change anyway.
Yeah, change a little bit. But for the pre-K,
It's your ed tech benefits.
Ed tech
is it the ed
benefits.
tech benefits? Okay, yep, ed tech benefits. So instead of the ed tech benefits being up 7,000, they are just slightly below 7,000. So
What was that, just below 7?
below 7,000.
How do you go up 3%?
Yeah.
It was no insurance to a single, so. that's-
No, from no insurance to a single.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
So guidance, yeah, again, it appears to be, the benefits appear to be down, $4,300, so that's a decrease of 9%. Library is down 4%, that's in the book line, where we've gone from $15 a student to now $10 a student, so our books are down $1,100. So my wants and needs for Minot Consolidated School, as the principal, I see a real need in the services that we aren't providing and I believe should be providing to students who need some motor breaks, morning, midday, and afternoon check-in, check-outs. These are students with behavior issues that we would like to be more proactive with and not reactive. And we are really struggling with that with our current staff at this point. It's inconsistent because the staff that we are using for those services have other very consistent roles that they need to fill. There are special education ed techs, and they have very consistent schedules with students. So we're pulling very inconsistently as we can from that population of ed techs to fill the Tier 3 behavior needs.
And that's not included in the budget?
It is not included in the budget. So this is strictly a proactive effort to prevent behaviors from occurring.
And this kind of goes back to my opening presentation to say, we typically would be, as an administrative team, saying, here's our maintenance of effort, here's what we'd like to improve on the programs we already have, and we're at a place where we're saying, we're not likely getting any of the things we'd like to add this year, but we don't want it to be lost that there have been discussions about things that would be helpful in offering programs for children. So it's kind of just that process of transparency of where are there still some needs that we know we're probably not even going to consider, but we want them documented somewhere because they may come back up in another year or in the future when we're trying again.
And this is the biggest need that I see that we are lacking in having more consistent availability to provide these services for kids. So in summary, about a total increase of $4,669. It's less than a 0.5% increase, again, not counting some contingencies. And we've made the cuts in administrative professional credits. Textbooks, again, shifted to central office. Priority is social studies and science. And then dues and fees, professional development dues and fees. Any questions? A little bit more on functional life skills. I don't know if anybody is interested in this, but we have 10 students in our functional life skills program. 3 are from Minot, 3 are from Mechanic Falls, and 4 are from Poland.
Time's up, Kim.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't talk anymore.
But just, interested in numbers. 5 of those students are in 3rd grade, and so that means that they'd be moving on to the 4 through 6 program?
4 through 8.
Program. So that's a big addition to that program when 5 students move up to that program.
Yeah, and that's,
It is pretty typical to have
yes.
one-on-one. Yep.
These are our most handicapped students, and that's the program that Holly wants to add the teacher to, because, again, we have a
We have 10
big
students
group
in
of
that
kids.
program. We have 9 ed techs. It's a busy, busy place. Very busy place. So, okay, thank you.